Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Hey, John Gillespie! Hey, John Gillespie!
What do we got?
We got at least 51, probably 52.
It's a huge fish! It's a huge fish!
This is amazing.
Who do you got?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, folks, today is certainly an ice armor day, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad we got our new clam rise suits for sure.
Well, we got snow, we got cold, we got a little bit of wind, and we're not quite ready to go ice fishing yet, but the Fox River up in Green Bay, and really all the tributaries coming out of the bay are really good in the fall.
Yeah, we're gonna go for some walleyes, correct?
That sounds good. We got our trusty guide with us, Brett Jolly, and Brett is always willing to take us out in these inclement conditions. But what I want to ask you, Brett, in late November, December, there's a run of walleyes up the river. They're chasing spawning shad, is that right?
Yeah, they make kind of a fall push up here following the shad. The shad are attracted to the warmer water in the river, and these walleyes actually start coming in about October. We've been catching them in here for a while, and they spend the whole winter up here in the deeper stretches of the river, but we'll get them in some shallow water during the day and the evening.
We'll have fun.
Yeah, we will, for sure. We always do with Jolly.
I agree. Hey folks, let's show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
You could listen to me talk about Amsoil QuickShot all day long and all the technical stuff that goes into it, but you know what, Pete, how about if you tell us how QuickShot helps you out?
Well, I may not be an expert on the technical stuff, but actually the only time I've ever had issues is when I did not put it in. And that was because I was at Canadian resorts where they literally fill up the boat for you, so I really wasn't involved in that. And then I had clogged fuel filter issues. Couldn't get to my spot. Actually, I had to go home early because of that. Check it out at amsoil.com.
Meet Chris McGillis of McGillis Weimer, experienced personal injury lawyers.
John, you've gotten to know me. I mean, I'm a really passionate person. Everyone on my staff is, everyone on my team is. We are passionate about what we do. Helping somebody out, protecting them, doing everything we can to help tell their story, to make sure they're treated fairly, with integrity and with respect, and get a fair resolution, whatever that is for the client. I mean, that's extremely important to us. That's really all that matters.
Folks, you can enter now to win a 2023 Kodiak 700 Special Edition from Yamaha. One lucky winner will begin a lifetime of outdoor memories on a Kodiak 700. There's nothing better than a Yamaha ATV to get you out of the bush or onto the ice. Any adventure, any task, any time. This ATV has a factory-installed winch and diff lock 4-wheel drive. Enter today by going to GillespieFishing.com and clicking on the Kodiak 700 Sweepstakes banner. Hey, welcome back, folks. Hopefully we're going to catch some walleyes in the snow today. But before Brett Jolly even stops to fish, he looks at the Humminbird side imaging. And the Mega side imaging really helps you a lot in the river, doesn't it, Brett?
Yeah, John, I use it anytime I'm walleye fishing. I want to find the fish before I start fishing. So we're just going to cruise around here about 5 miles an hour. I've got the chart speed set at 5 miles an hour. And we're just going to look for fish, and then we'll come back and fish them.
Now, I can see some on there right now. What do they look like? Tell the folks.
You're going to see a bright streak where the fish is, and then a shadow. So the shadows are what I'm really looking for. And then when I see a big group of fish, I'm going to mark a waypoint, and then I'm going to come right back and fish them.
I got a fish on.
I hope it's a walleye, Blake.
It's shaking like a walleye.
Okay, one thing we don't have, and I forgot it in the truck, is the net.
I know, we all know that.
We'll go back and get it here. Let's just hope this is a walleye.
It's feeling like it. It's head shaking.
Oh, jolly. Oh,
Yeah,
Blake, that's a nice walleye there, Blake.
There you go.
Hey, nice flip in there,
Thank you. I
too.
did not want to. That's a nice walleye.
That's a real
beauty.
nice walleye. And we should
job.
mention, Brett, you really like those hair jigs a lot.
I do, especially in colder water.
And, I'm using, what I'm using.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we all
The jerk
know.
minnow. But if you can grab that hair jig there. And the neat thing is, folks, a lot of these fish are lake run fish, and they taste pretty good, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're good this time of year. In the Fox River this time of year, you can keep 3 of them with no size limit.
Now that's the jig you're using. Why the stinger hook, Brett?
They almost always bite on the stinger. I don't use a hair jig without a stinger.
Well,
Feels like a walleye.
I hope it is. It's been about an hour since we've had a bite. We're actually waiting for that late evening deal.
Yeah.
Feel like a good walleye?
Oh, it's staying down like one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Head shaking.
Yeah.
That is a gorgeous walleye. Jolly, look at that one, buddy.
Oh, that's a big fish.
That's a
Hey,
dandy.
I'll tell you what, Blake. That's 8 pounds, isn't it, Jolly?
Maybe 6, 7, yeah.
Boy, is
Oh my
that.
gosh.
No, that's a beauty, Blake.
Wow.
Hold
that
him
was
out.
right by the boat, too.
Got him?
Nope, not yet. All right, there you go.
Now, is that unusually big, Jolly?
There's a lot of big fish in this system. There's a lot of big fish out here.
Yeah.
That's a very respectable one.
Yeah.
Don't forget to enter to win a Yamaha Kodiak 700 SE at GillespieFishing.com.
Hey, Brett, when you're using those hair jigs, it's not the same as rip jigging, isn't it? There's a different motion.
Yeah, John, there's a lot of different ways you can use a hair jig, but my favorite way is I cast it out far, let it sink down to the bottom, and then I just crank a couple times and I stop and I watch my line. And when the lure hits the bottom, I just crank a couple more times. Let it hit the bottom, reel a couple times, let it hit the bottom, and they usually hit it on the drop.
As we get later in the afternoon here, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We were fishing calm flats before. Right. Now we moved up to the dam, and you've got really some pretty good water moving through here.
Yep.
But what we're going to do is cast crankbaits, and you really like this Kalin's Grub too.
Yeah,
huh?
that's one of my favorite baits up here. I've been catching them on those for years in here. It just straight reeling it, kind of quartering downstream, and just nice and slow, straight reel, and usually does the job.
Lots of rocks here, folks, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet of water. And again, these walleyes in here are in here to eat, so slow, steady retrieve.
Yep, just nice and slow.
Well, that didn't take long, Jolly, when we made that move, buddy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, against this current, these things really battle you too, don't they?
Oh yeah, they pull hard.
Oh, look at that, Jolly. That right there is a beautiful walleye.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. No, it just is a really beautiful fish. And, you were right, switching gears and coming over here with some current.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's, these shad will all come up to these dam areas and warm water outtakes to spawn.
Yep, and the walleyes follow up here. All the bait fish pile up in this current, and the walleyes are right there too.
Got another one back here, Giles. Got another one, buddy. I'll tell you what, that hit is so much fun. They just really rip it, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Ooh, look at that. That fight is just unbelievable, buddy. It really is. You know that?
Oh yeah. They, especially in that current, they really
man,
pull.
Yeah, it's hard to control these fish. One more, yes. Wow. Holy cow, is that fun. I mean, really, folks.
Boy, he really ate it too.
Yeah, show the folks. Look at how he ate that grub.
All the way in there.
Way in there like that. And that Kalin's Grub, I'll show you in a second what I'm doing, folks. And that grub has so much action in this current, you really hardly have to reel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, you just let it swing right in the current and they whack it.
Now that's fun. Now, Jolly, think about this, buddy. As long as you got an open boat ramp, you can catch fish in this river all winter long.
Absolutely, as long as it doesn't ice up, but most years it does at some point.
Yeah, most years it does. But I mean, I can remember years and we were doing this in February.
Oh yeah, I remember us doing that.
Isn't that fun?
Oh yeah, beautiful fish.
Yep. This is one cast later, folks. Whoa, I'll tell you what, Jolly. Oh my gosh, look at that fight. People say walleyes don't fight. Yeah, really. I mean, this is incredible, buddy. Look at that. You know that?
It's fun.
It really, really is a special deal.
And you got the hot spot in the back corner.
Well, I'll explain that in a second here. Ooh, Jollaroo, Jollaroo, another Wallaroo. Now show them before you take the hook out how they're eating these grubs. I mean, they're just ready to ambush anything that goes by, aren't they, Brett?
Exactly. Yeah, they're eating it.
Yeah, and
he's got the whole grub.
I'm hardly doing any kind of action either, buddy, you know?
Right, yeah, you
Just
don't have to, you let the current do everything for
one
you.
tip here, and Blake's getting snagged a little bit, is keep your rod tip high when you're reeling.
Yes.
And reel just fast enough where once in a while you tick the rocks, right?
Exactly.
And you are going to lose some baits.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's part of it. You know, the Kalin's grubs aren't too expensive, so it's not as bad as losing crankbaits, but yeah.
But the back of the boat is prime position. That's why I'm catching the fish, because I can cast to that current line and just let it drift backwards.
Right.
Okay, folks, you can see the current behind me here, and as I saw it and said to Jolly just a second ago, you don't really have to give this much action. All you do is cast directly behind the boat like that and keep your rod tip high and just a very slow retrieve, because that current is giving the bait plenty of action on its own. And you want to use a light enough jig so you're just ticking the rocks, and the hit when it comes is really special.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. Save $50 on the Clam C560 Thermal Hub Ice Shelter, on sale for $399.99.
Jollo! Man, I'll tell you what, buddy.
I'm stealing your spot in the back.
Well, you come back here with Blake and I, yeah. I mean, no question. I mean, I can work that current seam perfectly, and that is the difference, you know? Don't you think, buddy? Ooh, look at that, another gorgeous walleye coming in. Look at that, Jolly, buddy. Okay, there we go, buddy. Oh, man. And you know what? Even with the snow, I don't even feel cold when we're catching fish like this, you know? But one thing I want to mention too, folks, when you're doing this type of fishing, how important a super line is to use. And you know, you and I like that Seagar Smackdown, and I'm running 15, 20-pound test is good. But there's no stretching that, so you can feel the bite so much better.
You feel every little rock, every bite. Yeah, it's the best line to use.
We were fishing the Fox River in Green Bay, a 2-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Minneapolis.
Well, we had to go down a very dirty road today, and our boat got a bunch of sand, salt, and mud all over it, and that can cause permanent damage to our boat. But you have a solution.
We do have the solution. It's called the AquaJet Johnson Pump Washdown System, and it is the strongest PSI washdown in the industry. Without having to haul any power washers down, any hoses, hook up, you're using the lake water, filtering the lake water, leaving your boat completely sparkling clean.
You can use it on your pontoons, on your docks. It's so convenient.
It is easy.
So where can I get information on these washdown?
You can go to getjohnsonpump.com to find out all the information you need on how to get your Johnson Pump washdown system.
Wow, I can't wait to get Johnson pumped. I'm here with Sean at the Clam and Blackfish Gear headquarters in Rogers, Minnesota. And it's very important to have warm gear in the in-between seasons before you have to wear your heavy ice armor. And that's why we like the Storm Skin. But what makes the Storm Skin different from the soft shell?
The standard soft shell is bonded, where a Storm Skin is actually a two-piece garment that allows it to not only be waterproof because we can seam tape it, but that allows for a more unrestricted feel when wearing it.
And it also comes in a bib, correct?
Absolutely.
Awesome, and my dad and I love the Blackfish Storm Skin for sure. For more information, go to blackfishgear.com or Fleet Farm.
The best fishermen make the most out of every moment on the water with the proven power of Ultrex. A spot log that doesn't quit, effortless control, and a reputation for ruthless Minn Kota power. Ultrex lets anglers cast more and catch more, while the other guys are still catching up. Because the best fishermen just fish.
Oh, Jolly came back with me here, and I'm still catching the walleyes. Wow. It is interesting too, folks. It's like a tap, and I'll tell you again, if you don't have that super line on, you're not going to feel that bite. Here he is. Another nice walleye, Brett. There you go, buddy. I mean, this is amazing to me, you know, catching walleyes in 3 feet of water, 2.5 feet of water. But again, what they're doing is following food, right, Jal?
Yeah, there's all kinds of food up here, and they're just laying in that current seam and just snapping everything that comes by.
And that tail on that Kalin's grub is so sensitive that you could actually just cast out, lift your rod tip up, and it's given enough action to irritate those walleyes and make them eat it, right?
There's a ton of vibration there.
And on a good night, obviously, you can come out here and catch quite a few.
Oh, you can catch, I mean, we've had 30, 40 fish nights, more than that even.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can put up with the weather. It's some great fishing.
Absolutely.
Okay, Jolly. Another one, buddy. I'll tell you what, I am reeling that, folks, super, super slow. And I'm wondering if that's what's making the difference, Jolly.
Yeah, I think so. I got to slow down, too.
You know? And they'll bite that Kalin's grub after dark, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So they're feeding on vibration, more or less.
Yeah, you know, even during the daytime, this water's dark and stained, so it's definitely a vibration thing.
Ooh, look at this guy, Jolly. Ooh, Bretty, look at that one, Jollerino. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice fish.
That is a beautiful walleye here. I'm going to come over to this side here, Brett, if you don't mind. And we get a closer look at that fish. And, you know, I never really knew, you know, the Kalin's grub would work after dark. You know that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's all a vibration thing. And that big tail's thumping back there. And beautiful fish.
No, I'm just absolutely impressed with the average size fish that we're catching.
Yeah, they're great eating size fish, and you know, a lot of fun to catch.
Hey, you know what? Christmas is coming up. You know, if folks want to give a good gift for Christmas, I think a guide trip on the Bay of Green Bay with Brett Jolly would be a good idea. You know that?
And now's the time to book. I'm done guiding for the year, but I'm already filling up for next year, so right now is the time to give me a call.
And when we look forward, you know, we still got to go through. Oh, Blake! Oh, okay.
I was getting upset you were catching them all day.
Okay, just keep it. Here he is, here he is, here he is, here he is. All right. Is mine still in there?
No, I already tossed that one.
You already
back.
threw mine back. I wanted to hold them up together, but that's okay. Look at this, Jol. Hey, Blake. I'll tell you what. Fun, huh?
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, but like you were saying, you have to go very, very slow.
Whoa!
Especially in this shallow water and all the rocks, you want to make sure you don't get stuck in those rocks, so you want to go really slow right above
and
them.
keep your rod tip high. But
that's a strong one.
Hey, but as I was saying, what a neat Christmas gift that would be a guide trip, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of customers that do that, buy it for their dad or their son or whatever.
Or their daughter.
Yeah, or their daughter, yeah. And, you know, they come out and we have a lot of fun. We catch a lot of fish like this all summer long.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm, John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2022 Fishing Contest.
David Protzman of Hartford caught this 35-inch lake trout on Lake Michigan on a spoon. Mark Frederick of Bemidji, Minnesota caught this 50-inch muskie on Plantagenet on a spinnerbait. Cassie Off of Slinger boated this 22-inch smallmouth on Fence Lake on a jig and crawler. Judy Berghofer of Oconomowoc caught this 13.5-inch perch on the Menominee River on a toughie. And this week's kids winners are Andrew Paff of Medford caught this 22-inch smallmouth on Pelican Lake on a minnow, and Finley Bredow of Stockholm, Wisconsin caught this 42-inch northern on Cabotogama on a daredevil.
Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, the 13 Fishing Descent Ice Fishing Reel is on sale for $34.99. And the Lindy Fleet Farm exclusive Slick Jig is on sale 2 for $5.
Oh, Jollerino, buddy.
You got the hot hand tonight.
Well, you know, there's a lot of skill involved. No, I'm just kidding you, buddy. I'm just sitting in the right spot at the right time, using the right bait. You know that? Okay. And I want to thank you, buddy, because let's turn around this way if we can. It's cold out, but I'm not using my gloves anymore, but
Right.
I really want to thank you for handling the fish. You know,
No problem.
You and I have fished a lot of cold weather to get over the years together, and you got tough hands, you know that?
Yeah, well, I'm out here doing this all the time, all weather conditions, and I'm just used to it.
He switched to the chartreuse, Dad.
Yep, that was my
Yeah.
first
Oh,
cast
Blake, you
after
got to get the
switching
net now.
colors.
You got to get the net.
Oh,
'Cause
gosh.
I just missed one on my last cast.
This is gonna be a clutter.
Turn and smile to the camera. There, Jolly. Yay! Jolly's gonna join the walleye club.
And that is cool.
Okay, just guide him right in there, Jolly. All right, buddy. No, I missed one right before that.
I
Did
saw
you?
that.
You know, that is so funny. Thank you, Blake.
And Jolly just switched to the chartreuse color.
I did.
And
His
I was
first
stubborn.
cast.
I was being stubborn with the white one.
That's a very well built fish.
You know
Yeah,
my buddy
it's a
Big
chunk.
Dave, who fishes the Wisconsin River? He swears by that chartreuse color right at dark and after
Sure.
dark.
Yeah, great
And
color.
you know, and again, that hit, it's hard to explain how cool it is.
It's fun.
And you and I have been doing this a lot of years, but it's still a special hit.
It's quite a thump.
Oh, this is like the next cast, folks. I mean, isn't it, Brett?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at that. Isn't that nice? And you know, in years past, we got to tell you folks that Brett, Blake, and I and Ryan would come up here, and as early as the first, or as late as the second week in December, and we would fish in the mouth of the river where the warm water discharge is, and we'd be using crankbaits. This is a lot more convenient at night using the goggle-eye jig and the twister
Well,
tail.
it's a lot easier, and we're catching a lot more fish.
It's football season, and if you're looking for a quick and easy hors d'oeuvre, I got the thing for you. It's the Johnsonville rope sausage. It's pre-cooked, made with 100% premium pork. All you have to do is cook it on the pan until it's golden brown, and you can serve it with your favorite dipping sauce. Let's give it a try. That is so good. Johnsonville rope sausage. Find it at your favorite retailer today.
At Johnsonville, we make our smoked sausage better than the other guys. How do we know? We make our sausage with 100% premium pork. And no fillers, ever. Other brands use mechanically separated meats and fillers like soy protein and cornstarch. Not Johnsonville. For us, it's 100% of the flavor you love and 0% of what you don't. Johnsonville. It tastes better because it's made better.
Jolly, am I hot or what,
You
dude?
are on fire today.
No, I'll tell you what, we'll try to explain this if I get this fish in here. But where these fish are laying, and it's really interesting. Here he comes already. Another beautiful walleye. What's going on here, and it's too dark to show it right now, but there's current running down the river, and then there's kind of a calm spot next to the current.
Right.
Cast into the current, let that jig kind of float into the dead spot, and that's where I'm getting hit.
Yep. Yeah, they usually sit right on the edges of those current seams, and
Just ambush.
yep, as soon as something swings by, they jump out and grab it.
And again, what we should explain, folks, on the Bay of Green Bay, you've got your shad that are fall spawners, your whitefish are fall spawners, so your predators are going to come into those areas to
Exactly.
feast.
They're in here eating.
I'm making up for all the walleyes I missed this summer, Giles. You know that? Ooh, wow. Look at that battling there, buddy. Here he is, Jalarini, boo. But again, it really isn't this seat right here. It's where that bait is coming out of the current into that calm water.
Right. Getting
Absolutely.
the right angle is the key.
Yeah, and I don't know, folks, what you've seen is really taking place in the last hour and 10 minutes, right?
Yep. Yeah, outside of those couple daytime fish, this has been quick. This has been fast.
And you know, I guess that this is a good way to end my open water season, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, I'll probably go out for lake trout and stuff on Lake Michigan,
Sure.
but this has just been a ball tonight, buddy. It really
A lot
has.
of
Literally the next cast is right. Yeah, you're a good net. Brett Jolly is a great net man,
I don't
folks.
even have time to cast.
I'm teasing you guys. There we go. There we go. There we go, Jol.
Are you tired yet, Jeff?
Not at all. No, I'm not at all tired. And one thing I should mention too, folks, up here in Green Bay on the Fox River, if you don't have a boat and you got open water, they actually built a public pier down here near the dam, and there's a lot of guys that fish the shorelines
Oh
too.
yeah, there's probably a dozen guys up there right now. There's always shore fishing opportunities in the area.
Net Blake, it's Jolly's turn. Net.
I can get them.
You know, oh, look at the old flip in there by the Jolly. Hey, I want to repeat again, though, the importance of having a super line when you're doing this.
Oh, yeah, that
because
you'd never feel it.
With monofilament, folks, you would never feel that bite. That was after, right? Oh, can you flip that one?
I can flip that one.
You cannot flip that one.
I can flip
Oh,
anything.
look at him flip it in there. Way to go, Jolly. I'm going to cast out right away while you hold that one up to see if I can get another one right away. That's how fast this fishing is, though.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Hey, I want to thank you, buddy. You know, I called you last minute.
Yep.
I was going to go down to Lake Erie and fish in too big of waves, and you said, yeah, I'd like to do that. So you took off your slippers, got in your truck, and we came and caught some walleyes.
Yeah, you bet.
Brett Jolly guides the Bay of Green Bay on a daily basis. For more information, give Brett a call. That phone number is 715-581-5678. 581-5678.
Here he comes, right up out of the weeds. Oh, baby, you hammered it. What a way to start the day. What I love about this new Mickey Acme tungsten jig is it features two Mickey ears that are almost like a crankbait bill coming off the front of the jig. What this does is allow it to plane, act like a jigging type of minnow, and as you pop it, it bounces and gives real erratic action. You can see the difference in the action, and that's gonna seal a deal for the fish eating it right now. This is a technique and a jig that fish have not seen yet. It's unbelievable. You gotta get this jig underneath the ice this year.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps? Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set? Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
Wow, what a spectacular last couple hours of fishing. How many walleyes do you think we caught?
I don't know, it's got to be pushing 20.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, a great Christmas present is a guide trip with Brett Jolly, right?
Yeah, I got a few openings yet.
Thanks, Jolly. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish yet, but we'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm Blake Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.